We've got Cameron Cruz in the blue corner, Ja'Kel Preston in the red. We're set for three 3-minute rounds, and we're off.
One of these individuals will be undefeated no more after this bout. See lots of movement right here out of Ja'Kel. Trying to figure out his timing. But Cameron just staying right there in the center of the cage, reading everything that Ja'Kel's throwing at him.
These lunging attacks are really explosive, but
yeah, he needs to get closer.
He needs to get closer, yeah.
Ja'Kel needs to utilize that jab, even if it doesn't land, but every time you move, you should be punching. If you want to get closer, you got to set up those strikes. Even if it doesn't let you just, pop, that we necessarily can't see you coming forward. But if you're lunging like he is doing there from halfway across the cage, Cameron can read that coming. It gives him enough time to, sidestep, slip, get out the way.
Very calculated and calm approach from Cameron Cruz.
Yeah, it seems like you have definitely two different, styles of fighters here. We have Ja'Kel is like, bouncing around all over the place, but then you have Cameron Cruz who's a little bit more calm and reserved, picking his strikes one at a time.
That explosiveness and athleticism is great. Oh, big overhand right there from Cruz.
See, he jumped in
with
his hand
timing down,
and then Cameron figured it out. When you're moving around as much as Ja'Kel is, you want to move around with purpose. You don't want to just move for the sake of moving. Why am I circling this way? Oh, I'm circling this way to get out of range of this.
Heavy low kick from Ja'Kel. Much more precision from Cameron Cruz, and Ja'Kel's just swinging for the fences.
But now he's like, you know what? Let me just go in for this takedown. They're right here in front of us.
Good knee to the body from Cruz. Another.
Tries the inside trip, but it didn't work. Ja'Kel saw it, felt it coming, broke off, and now 10 seconds left in this first round here.
Perhaps maybe one of the best
lies. Countering movements, stay planted in the center of that combatagon there.
And as the fight wears on, those hyper athletic explosive movements are going to dwindle. And if you haven't figured out how to close the space without that, you're going to struggle.
Yeah, like even right now, he's moving around a lot side to side, but you need to go forward, getting your striking range. He's throwing a lot of looping punches there, Ja'Kel.
And he's cracking when he's landing.
Yeah.
But he's thrown some really hard shots at the air.
Yeah, straight punches is the way.
Nice takedown for Cameron Cruz.
But Ja'Kel moves around a lot, man. Cameron Cruz is on top just for a brief moment there. The coaches in the corner for Ja'Kel, they're telling him to sit out. You got to sit out hard. Peek out the window. And Cameron Cruz there in side control. He needs to push, utilize his hand to push on his face and frame that we can get out. Sometimes fighters from bottom just punch. Punching it's rare, but you're not going to see somebody knock somebody out from the bottom throwing punches. You need to work your body, work yourself to get up. 90 seconds halfway through the second round here. Cameron just continue to be on top of Ja'Kel. They're like right on rice. Like everywhere Ja'Kel goes, Cameron is right there. Ja'Kel needs to buck his hip up or just stand right up. Yeah, Ja'Kel needs to utilize that left underhook that he has there. He needs to open up his legs, sit down, bend his knees. If he can, try to utilize that right hand there to get up underneath his shoulder and then underneath the armpit there of Cameron. Now he just needs to push on his head. These punches, I don't know how much damage that they're doing because Cameron still has a tight grip and it's wearing on him getting down to the ground. 10 seconds left here in the second round. Cameron's going for the finish. Again, those punches there to the ribs.
You know, I'm sure they hurt, but they're not improving his position.
Yeah, it's not enough. Cameron's like, it doesn't hurt enough because Cameron is still holding on tight, fighting for these takedowns.
Despite, you know, Ja'Kel Preston's, you know, fighting his tail off. Just not getting quite as much success out of that effort.
Yeah, he needs movement forward, not just side to side around the cage.
He hasn't landed something, despite all that explosiveness, he hasn't landed something heavy enough to kind of get the response from Cameron Cruz. Respect.
Just as Cameron shot in, Ja'Kel threw an uppercut.
It's one of those cases where throwing punches instead of searching for a better position.
Yeah, you'd think he would have learned his lesson after the first two rounds. Anytime Cameron is able to take him down, it's because he's, you know, trying to punch with one hand and defend with the other. Or sometimes just punch him with both hands, whether it's to the ribs or the head. Like, yeah, you're landing a couple, but, you know, it's not stopping him from taking you down. So what's the purpose of it? You need to fight the takedown first and then worry about punching second. And especially here at, you know, less than 2 minutes left in the third round here, I don't want to be spending this round, you know, defending stuff. I want to be initiating stuff of my own because he needs a finish here. Cameron can get the finish here if he secures the body lock there and then either try to sink in that rear naked he was before he had the grip.
Yeah, Ja'Kel would be better served trying to break that body lock with his hand since he's not fighting a choke off.
Yeah, now 1 minute left here in the second round and he's just, you know, surviving, trying to defend.
And Cameron Cruz just methodically improving his position.
Yeah, it seems like Cameron is doing pretty much whatever it is he wants there. And, you know, Ja'Kel is moving around. Like, he's never been in a bad position in danger of a submission, you know. But every time he moves around to escape one, you know, bad situation, Cameron Cruz is right there, one step ahead of him. .30 seconds left here. Ja'Kel needs to get his shoulders, his back down to the mat and get his butt over the leg, over the kneecap. Yep. And now he needs to push off. Less than 30 seconds. Ja'Kel needs to, like a madman, just press down and strike.
Yeah, now is the time to strike.
Yeah.
There you go.
He should have been doing this the whole fight.
You know, I think this fight has gone to Cameron Cruz, but whenever Ja'Kel was in the advantageous positions, he was trying to strike. When he was in disadvantageous positions, he was trying to strike.
Yeah.
After 3 rounds of action, we have a winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner,
Congratulations, Cameron Cruz.
Yeah, much expected there.
this bout was sponsored